All right, so I think this is recording. Let's take a look at these three problems. They're all absolute value equations. In each problem, the first step we want to do is isolate the absolute value and then split it into two equations. So let's take a look here at number 4. Um, we see that on the left-hand side there's two terms. So we want to start out by adding 8 to each side. If we add 8 on the left-hand side, that second term cancels, and we just have the absolute value by itself, and that's what we're wanting. So to balance the equation, we have to add 8 to the right-hand side, and negative 7 plus 8 is 1. So then this splits into two equations where x over 5 either equals negative 1 or x over 5 represents positive 1. To get the x by itself, we'll multiply both sides of this equation by 5. And we have that x is equal to negative 5. And over here, do the same, or that x is equal to positive 5. There's our two solutions for problem number 4. Let's take a look at the next problem, where the absolute value is already isolated, so we can jump right in and split this into two equations. The x plus 2 will equal negative 4 over 7, or this x plus 2 will equal positive 4 over 7. To get the variable x by itself, we're going to subtract 2 from each side of the equation. But we need to write 2 with a denominator of 7. So we're going to multiply it by the number 1. But we're going to write 1 as 7 over 7. So that allows us to get a common denominator. So we have negative 4 minus 14 over 7, which gives us negative 18 over 7. Let's come over here and work on the other side. Again, to get x by itself, we subtract 2 from each side. So we have 4 over 7 minus 2. But we need to have 2 written with the same denominator as 4 over 7. So we need a common denominator of 7. So we multiply this by the number 1, but we write 1 as 7 over 7. And that gives us 4 minus 14 divided by 7, or negative 10 divided by 7. So here's our two solutions. Sorry about that. All right, let's see if I can shrink this up a little bit. I didn't get all of it, but hey. All right, let's take a look at this number 6. The absolute value is already by itself. So we have the x minus 14 over 9 is equal to negative 106 over 45, or that this x minus 14 over 9 is equal to a positive 106 over 45. So in this equation, well, actually in both equations, to get the x by itself, we'll add 14 over 9 to both sides. But when you add or subtract fractions, you need a common denominator. So we're going to multiply both sides, or excuse me, the numerator. We're going to multiply this by the number 1, but we're going to write 1 as 5 over 5 because 9 times 5 gives us 45 in the denominator, and that's what we want. So we've got negative 106 plus, what's 14 over 5? Is that 70? Over 45. And I have a calculator here. At school, I have it displays online so that you can see what I'm keying in, but I don't have that here at home. All right. So if I do this arithmetic, I get negative 36 over 45, but that reduces to negative 4/5. Double check me on that, make sure that I haven't made a silly mistake on my calculator. And over here, the same idea. I have this 106 over 45. I'm adding 14 over 9, but I need a common denominator with addition or subtraction of two fractions. So you can see here, instead of negative 106, it's positive 106. So 106 plus 70 gets me 176, and divided by 45. Let's see if that reduces, and I don't think it does. All right, so there's our two values there. We need exact answers, not decimal approximations. Most of these scientific calculators, you can use them to add and subtract fractions anyway. Hey, I hope that helps, and I will talk to you later. Bye.